this is Sandra at Spirit of Avalon. So today I've got some prototype decks that have been sent by Three Trees Tarot for review to have a look at, because what's happening is, and I didn't want to open these first off because I wanted you to see the packaging. I mean, look at this, guys, seriously. You kind of don't want to open it, it's so neat. But I will open them off camera. I'm just going to explain what we're going to do. So there's 3 prototypes. So we have the Oak Ash and Thorn, the Smoke Ash and Embers, and we have the Thistledown Oracle. These here are my original like copies of the decks. So Oak Ash and Thorn, Smoke Ash and Embers, and the Thistledown, because I just thought not to do like a side by side of every single card, but just so we could have a look at some of the changes that are going to be happening. So I know that the font has changed, is going to be changed on these. Also the number is going to be moved down from the top to the bottom. There is added borders on the Thistledown so that it matches in like with these, because you can see these have got borders on. The original Thistledown didn't have, but will now have borders. Yeah, we've said about the numbers, and we've got changes to the Hanged Man card, which is going to be the Hanged One now. They're all getting new card backs that are reversible because people have asked for this, and Stephanie and Adam have listened and they are going to do that. The guide cards have had a refined design, and there is going to be new look certificates of authenticity, which are going to look a bit different and also have a gold star on them that is going to be foil stamped. The new editions, obviously these are prototypes, but the finished product of the Oak Ash and Thorn and Smoke Ash and Embers will be coming in 2-piece rigid boxes, so that's nice, and eco-friendly as always. That's what I love about Three Trees Tarot, that everything is eco-friendly. Even the packaging that Stephanie sends the prototypes in is all eco-friendly, everything, even the tape, everything. So it's lovely, and the inks that are used for the cards are all eco-friendly as well. Thistledown is going to remain in a tuck box, as will any further Oracle decks. They will be in tuck boxes as well, because and also the mini decks will remain in tuck boxes. There is, I think Stephanie's thinking, or it's in the works, for an Oracle deck to match the Oak Ash and Thorn, I think. But there's another Oracle deck in the works anyway. Now, some of you will have seen the maybe a few pictures that Stephanie has sent out on a newsletter, if you're subscribed to her email newsletter, about a new tarot deck called The Winding, which is going to be our lovely little spider friend. That deck is now not going to be released until next year, So 2026 that deck will be released, so that will be lovely. I mean, I'm not keen on spiders, but that little guy looks so cute. So let's have a look at the card. So what I'm going to do is just stop recording and then come back to you when I've opened the decks up to save time fiddling with the packaging. Okay, so I thought we'd do them one at a time so that you can like see properly. So Stephanie was saying that they weren't happy with the card backs, that they were not as clear as she wanted them to be, not as sharp. They look fine to me, but anyway, so she included the card back that they want to that will be used. So I'll put the other one away. So this is the Oak, Ash and Thorn. So these are going to be the backs, which are reversible, as people have asked for. So that's really good, isn't it? And they're lovely backs. So those are the guide cards. So those were the old backs on the Oak, Ash and Thorn, and these are the new. I like both. I think if I had to choose, I'd probably choose this one above this one. So, and obviously the corners are pointed because these are prototypes. So in the finished product, the corners will be rounded. They're just pointed because these are prototypes. So that is the new card back. So then we have new guide cards. So our previous guide cards were like this, and these are our new ones. So they've just been updated a bit, like you see, like on this one for instance, let's put them properly together. Right, the Fool and the Fall, can we see? So here on this one we can see that we've got different colours of brown. It's dark brown, light brown as we go down, and the same with the keywords there. With the new one, it's all in one colour, so I think that's probably nicer, and we don't have these yellow coloured spots. They're like a more faded colour on here. So all of the titles are the same colour, and we have just this design down the middle. And again, the guide cards, the corners will be rounded in the finished product. So that's the guide cards. So I think basically, I mean, we don't have to go through the whole deck because the artwork itself hasn't actually changed. But we see here, I'll hold them up to the camera so you can see. So this is the original, this is the prototype. You can tell anyway because this is the pointed corner one. So here we see that we've got this sort of arch where it says the Fall, and it's in kind of different font. We can see that this one also, we've got the number actually up there on this one. On this one we have the number down here next to the writing, which I actually prefer. I think it's actually nicer. I mean, there's nothing wrong with this deck at all, nothing. I still like it, but if I was asked to choose, right, you need to choose your favourite from this one to this one, I would say this one because it's a bit clearer. and having the number down here then doesn't take anything away from the artwork up there. You're not distracted with the number being at the top of the card. And you know, the reversible backs. So that's the full. So they basically are going to be the same, just with different. So we'll just go through quickly because I think there's just, I think everything is the same, except I think the Hanged Man is going to be different. And the Ten of Swords, there was 2 Ten of Swords in the Smoke, Ash and Embers, which we will look at when we get to that deck. And I'll explain. You know, it's so lovely, these decks. I just love them. So we can see here that in the original Oak, Ash and Thorn we had the Hanged Man. In this one it is now the Hanged One, and that's going to be the same for all tarot decks. So it will be the Hanged One in the Smoke, Ash and Embers as well, so that it's cohesive across the board, across the decks, because as Stephanie has said, they're kind of all one family, if you like. So I think that is the only change in the Oak, Ash and Thorn. But you can see, can't you, how much clearer that is to read than that. So, I mean, for this being a prototype, there's not, you know, it's still lovely quality, you know, even then. So that is the Oak, Ash and Thorn. So lovely, the changes that have been made. I think they look really good. So what we will do is we'll put these to one side and we will have a look at the Smoke, Ash and Embers. Okay, so we've got the Smoke, Ash and Embers here, and we have the new Smoke, Ash and Embers here, the prototype. Okay, so that's the backs that Stephanie's not happy with. So that is the new one that she sent in the envelope. So we'll put that to one side as well. So again, it's exactly the same. New backs. So these are the old backs, and my cards, these ones are slightly discoloured because they've been used and stuff. So this is the colour we're getting, the nice white. And I like both of these backs, actually. I like both. I mean, obviously this is better for reversals, but they're both nice. I like them both. So yeah, again, the guide cards, I don't have my guide cards for this one. So because I keep this one in a Kelly Bear pouch. But these are the new guide cards anyway for, where are we? So basically they are the same as the ones I just showed you for the Oak, Ash and Thorn, to keep it again cohesive with everything. So So yeah, so those are the new guide cards. That's the thank you card. And then, so again, we have the Fool here, and we have a number here on the original, and the Fool down here. And you can see this is a different typeface to the Oak, Ash and Thorn, because what Stephanie did at first, she thought it would be nice to have different typefaces for each deck, but now she's decided that it would be nicer to have them all the same. So they're all going to have the same typeface, which we can see here on the prototype. So this is the new typeface which all decks will have. So let's go through. And yeah, it's definitely better like this, I think, with having the number down here next to the name of the card. So you can see, and again, when we get to the Hanged Man, that will be different. So again, the Hanged Man, the Hanged One now. So to make that consistent. Now I'm just going to see if we can find the swords in this deck. So because I just want to show you the changes now. Hopefully I've got them in the right order. I think so. It's just a matter of getting to them. Okay, so let's put those there. So the Ace of Swords, that's the same. The Two of Swords is the same. 3. I think it is only the 10, because we had two different ones. So this is the 10 of Swords that is going to be used in the new edition. So this is the 10 of Swords that will be in the finished deck, and we have that 10 of Swords here. The one that is going to be removed is this 10 of Swords, which was the more gory one. So that will not be an extra card in the new deck. It would just be this card as the 10 of Swords. So this one is removed, this one is staying. So that is what we have for our Smoke, Ash and Embers. I bet I'm going to get in a right mess with these cards, guys. You just know it, don't you? That I'm going to have prototype cards mixed in with... Good job the corners are squared, actually, so that I actually hopefully won't get everything in a mess. Okay. And now to the Thistledown, our lovely little oracle deck. So, and we have the original Thistledown here. So again, guide cards for that. So again, matching with the tarot decks. That's the thank you card. Now these are probably not in order, but it's fine. Okay, so put those to one side, and then we've got the backing. I mean, look at that. That's so lovely, isn't it? And the backs of the thistledown from before were like this. I don't know, I love both. If I had to, and it would be literally splitting hairs, it would probably be this one, only because it's squirrels. And look at those cute faces. I mean, really. Right, let me see if I've got these. Right, so that. Okay, so there are extra art cards in the original Thistledown, which I don't think are going to be included in the new one. But we'll see. Now these, it's going to be a bit more difficult because I've got here acknowledgement, but that might be a new card because I'm sure that, let me have a look at my notes. I'm sure that the Thistledown, okay, so the Oak Ash and Thorn, so I'm wrong, the Oak Ash and Thorn original had the possibilities card in it. That's not going to be included in the new version of the Oak Ash and Thorn. Sorry guys, I should have said that at the time of the Oak Ash, of showing you the Oak Ash and Thorn. So just remember, the Oak Ash and Thorn will not have the possibilities card included. So okay, let's see then. So I think this might be an extra card, acknowledgement. Yes, I think acknowledgement might be an extra card because we start with awareness. So if I've got them in the correct order, I think so. So as you can see, the original Thistledown Oracle didn't have borders. Stephanie has now added borders because she wants everything to kind of look the same, so that across the board, Oak Ash and Thorn, Smoke Ash and Embers and Thistledown will all look the same. The Heartwood, which was the new release, that will remain borderless. And there is an email, I think it's going out today, to subscribers of her newsletter, explaining all of this that I've just said in this video anyway. So that will all be explained if you subscribe to the Three Trees tarot newsletter. So we've got acknowledgement. So this is a dragon, obviously, and awareness. So we'll need to put awareness down there. Balance. Ah, that was my fault. So there's the acknowledgement card. Okay. So let's start again. Oh God, Stephanie, if you watch this, you'll be thinking, God, what a mess. Right. So the acknowledgement card is not an extra card, guys. That was my fault. So, acknowledgement. So, again, we can see there's a banner here. Here, it's been done in the same way as the tarot decks have. And then awareness. It's funny, isn't it? You can see how it kind of almost shrinks the artwork when you put the borders on. But I understand why she's done it, and I still like both. So I'm not one of these people, you know, some people, and I get it, everyone has their own taste in things. We're all different. Some people love decks without borders and don't like ones with borders. Whereas I don't mind, as long as it's not huge, you know, like how some decks have got double borders and things, which I think is unnecessary. This is okay, but you can see the difference with these. You know, this feels more close up than this one. God, I hope the light is okay for you guys. I can't tell properly. Celebration. And I think I prefer this, that it's like cut into the card rather than put across the image like that, even though you could see underneath. So obviously that's taken a tiny bit away from the artwork, but only a tiny bit. Community. Contentment. This deck is so lovely. Control. And do remember, guys, that this is Curiosity. I think this is our little guy that's going to be in the winding or similar. Do remember that this is the prototype. This is not the finished deck. So the finished deck will be slightly different cardstock, I think, although this is amazing anyway. So if it is the same, it's lovely, feels amazing, lovely, you know, thick, nice cardstock, but it does have a bend. You know, you can bend it, so you could riffle shuffle this deck. But as I say, this is the prototype. Darkness. And your decks will come with rounded corners. Dawn. I love this because I love dragonflies. Decision. Dreams. Explore. Oh, look at his face. Ferocity. Friendship. Grief. Oh. Guardedness. Imagine if you went to pick conkers or something, you know, and sometimes the conkers are in these shells and you have to break them apart. Imagine if you broke it apart and there was a little dragon inside. Oh dear. Guidance. Haven. Individuality. Intrigue. Yes. It's like, what's that? Kindness. Knowledge. Light. So like I said, I don't think any of these have changed. That's why I'm only doing like a quick sort of flip through, because oh, look at moving forward, it's so cool. Navigation, opportunity, patience. Yeah, you've got to wait for those strawberries to be ripe, little guy. Pause, planning, protection, re-energize, release. Oh, resourcefulness, rest, retreat, safety, seeking magic, serenity, shelter. Yeah, underneath the mushroom. Silver linings. We all need those, don't we? warmth. And then we have just some like art cards or blank cards. So I think this one is not being included. That is the one that's not being included in the final deck, because as you can see, I've got the 2 bird cards here, and we have the 2 bird cards here, but in this deck we don't have this card, so that one is being removed. Okay, so those are the 3 decks, guys. It's very exciting, isn't it, that you know, these lovely decks are getting like a facelift. And I will put Stephanie's website details in the description, so that you can go over and have a look. And you know, if you would like to subscribe to the newsletter that gives you updates of when things are happening, and if there's any problems with anything, Stephanie keeps everyone updated really well with what's going on. And also you can go over to the website and have a look at what's happening and the progress of these decks, which I think Stephanie's hoping they will be available June. She's hoping, but obviously that's not a definite, there's no definite date or anything, but she's hoping they will be ready for around June time. So yeah, so that's everything for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed watching and seeing these lovely decks, and I will talk to you all soon. Bye for now.